The qualitative research is enriching cash transfer evaluations in a number of ways. The first thing that I think it's important to understand is that quantitative research in cash transfers and indeed across the social protection arena in general tells us a lot about impacts, and it explains what parts of the intervention have had an impact and what parts have not. What it does a less good job of explaining is why those kinds of impacts have or have not occurred. And so if you have a cash transfer program, you want to understand not only what kinds of impacts it's had, but also why it's had them and why it might not have had them where it hasn't had impact. And that's where qualitative research comes in, because it allows us to understand from the beneficiary point of view what the decisions are around cash transfer research, and a lot of those socio-cultural factors which would influence whether a program has or doesn't have any kind of impact.
I think with qualitative research in general, you're trying to answer the hows and the whys, and a lot of the things that you measure are averages and sort of outcomes, and the quantitative evaluation, which doesn't tell you why you have got the result you have got. And I think there are some concepts and issues that are very difficult to measure quantitatively. Issues around empowerment, relationships, gender. These are not the things that you can very easily quantify. And I think the qualitative research enables you to go and explore these issues and these causalities in a depth that is not possible to quantitative research. I think these two methods have potential of complementing each other, but it's also important to recognize the importance of each as a standalone piece of research, rather than necessarily one feeding to another and creating a sort of imbalance of what the various sources are saying.
The qualitative approach is in enriching the cash transfer methods by making us understand the why and the how the cash transfer are impacting on the people, especially the rural poor. We also pick out the small difficulties that the cash transfer may be getting into, but at the same time trying to understand the interactions between the beneficiaries and non-beneficiaries. So that would be one of the most important issues on how the qualitative impacts on the social cash transfers.